Hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen today. I've actually got a friend in here in this kitchen with me today. You just can't see her. I am gonna be sharing, and I hope it's all right, Susan. I am sharing Susan Mason's recipe for her crab cakes. Everybody knows that Susan is a caterer here in town, a very upscale. If you're looking for silver and all kind of, ooh, she is incredible. And she makes the most incredible crab cakes you've ever put in your mouth. So she was sweet enough to share this. In fact, she did a show with me. You could go back onto Facebook or somewhere and find the show that Susan did with me.
YouTube.
On YouTube.
The Paula Deen channel.
The Paula Deen channel, okay. And you can find the show that Susan was there in the kitchen with me. So, thank you, Susan, for sharing this fabulous recipe. So, we're gonna start with mayonnaise. And this is a ½ a cup. And you notice that we're gonna mix all of our wet ingredients together first. I've got 2 tablespoons, I think it's 2 tablespoons of Dijon. Yes, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. A dash of Worcestershire sauce. Is that a dash? I think that's a dash. We're gonna call it a dash. And then 2 egg yolks. This is gonna make it real creamy and rich. And that's gonna work as a binder to hold our cakes together. Okay. And now we are gonna add a little, just a touch of cayenne pepper, y'all. This is one of those tone preferences. I'm not gonna make it so hot where folks can't enjoy it. So, I mean, that was a dash of cayenne. And then this is, let me see what this is, y'all, a tablespoon.
2.
2 teaspoons. It's 2 teaspoons of a seafood seasoning. Oops. And, which is like Old Bay. It isn't like Old Bay, it is Old Bay. So this is all of our wet. I am going to sprinkle in a little pepper and a small amount of salt because crabs lived in a salty, salty bathtub. So we're not going to overdo it. And this is the green onions, the scallions, or spring onions. Depends on where you come from as to what you call them. And red bell pepper. And all this is diced more on the fine side. And the last thing we're gonna add, y'all, is our crab, because crab is a delicate shellfish and we don't want to tear it up. We want, when you eat your crab cakes, this is lump crab, and it's very, very, very expensive. It's probably, Teresa, do you remember $18 a pound?
Oh yeah.
$18 or $19 a pound. So.
It's so good.
It's so good. And I'm gonna fold. I'm gonna fold this in. Eddie, could you pass me that little bigger spatula, please? Butter y'all. The butter y'all one. All right, so I'm just gonna fold, fold, fold. But Susan's recipe calls for 2 pounds. So This is not a cheap dish, y'all, by any stretch. Normally, we would tell you to. One day, they're gonna make me jump straight out of my breeches. Y'all hush! What is it? What are y'all barking at? You little turds.
Get in here.
All right, so I've just decided the best way to do this. What were they barking at, Teresa? A leaf?
Yes.
Oh, Bobby's here. Yay. My son Bobby has just pulled up. Yay. All right. But you see how these are. It's going to be challenging, y'all, because that lump meat is big, big pieces. So I'm going to have to do this very carefully. And in my pan over here, I've got panko flour and just a breadcrumb.
Now that's different from the recipe, Paula, so you might want to
Yeah, I just added a little flour because to me the panko sticks better if it has a little flour in it. And Susan said that it takes, let me see what she told us. Form into 10 crab cakes, 3 inches wide and a ½ an inch thick. Each cake will need 3/4 a cup of breadcrumbs. So she socks that to it. Look at there. Look at that cake. That's beautiful, Susan. And I really, really underestimated my panko. Uh-oh, something's ready. Teresa, would you do me a favor and put some cheese on the top of that?
Certainly.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. I love panko, y'all. What did she call for? What did she call for?
Fresh breadcrumbs.
Oh, just fresh breadcrumbs. Okay. So sorry, we're veering away a little bit.
Imagine that.
I can't imagine me not following the recipe all the way.
Me either.
All right. But these are beautiful, beautiful cakes, y'all. So you see the way it's going. It's the whole crab cake thing is very delicate. Y'all, we finally got the crab cakes patted out, and Susan tells you to scoop up your crab cake, put it in one hand, fill this hand up with fresh breadcrumbs, and I get why she said use fresh breadcrumbs, and keep that in your hand because it does take 3/4 of a cup of breadcrumbs for each crab cake. And she cooks her cakes in a fairly deep amount of oil. And I'm cooking these over medium high. And she said just flip them until they're done. And I about didn't need but one flip with mine. If Susan does your catering, y'all, she brings a whole setup. I think she sets up in the garage with her fryer, with her cookers, and she cooks everything right there on site. So the guests are getting the freshest of the freshest. One time she catered one of my birthday parties. Oh my goodness, do y'all remember the food, how good it was. Susan's kind of foo-foo, you know, that that little fancy food.
They call it bougie now.
They call it what?
Bougie.
Bougie.
That's the fancy word for fancy now.
Oh,
Bougie.
bougie.
That's what the young people say.
So there's really nothing to cook in here. There is 2 egg yolks, but the crab meat has already been processed. But don't these look beautiful? All right, that one can be cooked a little bit more. So I varied from her recipe by using panko and flour, but you know, next time I will go by her recipe exactly, because I think that the fresh breadcrumbs actually do work best, because the fresh ones, they absorb much of the moisture in the crab cake mixture, and so they'll stick to better together. So don't toast your bread, just I put fresh bread in my food processor, and this is the ones that's done with fresh bread, and this is the ones done with panko. And I am fixing to feed Aunt Peggy a crab cake, and she's gonna love it. I just took her a little bowl of Uncle Bubba's Shore's Good seafood dip. Before that, she had a bunch of, look at that little piece of lump trying to fall off right there. See that, Eddie? Wow, kabow. How beautiful are those, y'all? Come in here, Bobby, and take you a little bite.
Smell delicious. Wow.
I
think I'll hold on. It's a little hot.
Ooh.
Right. But they look and smell great.
Don't they look delicious?
Amazing.
Maybe you can blow on that little bite right there.
We'll see.
It's
Are these crab
hot.
Peggy?
What?
Never mind.
I said it was hot.
My mouth got hot and I didn't even get it near my mouth.
All right, let's see. No, Bobby. I shared Susan Mason's crab cake recipe with everybody today.
Her food's great too.
Her food is great. So see if it's cooled off enough, son. You know, you might want to blow it a little bit. Okay, don't. Or not.
Okay.
It's good, isn't it? Well, I'm fixing to plate up Peggy one. I know she thought I wasn't going to fix her lunch.
Nice fresh crab too, it tastes like.
Oh, it's lump. All lump. 2 pounds of lump.
Oh boy, is that good.
So, if you would like to take some uncooked, do you know where they would cook incredibly well?
Let me take 2 guesses.
Okay, guess.
The first one is going to be in an air fryer.
Yes!
Hit it on the first try.
You would want to spray it with your spray. And so you could eliminate all the fat from the bread.
Right.
This would be perfect in the air fryer.
It would be perfect, yeah. Yeah, I might take a couple.
Okay.
Those are great. Thanks, Susan Mason. Your
I know
recipe
it.
is
Thank you, Susan.
spectacular.
You're a dear friend. Love and best dishes, y'all. Hey, y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.